discussing?
Yeah, I started it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Roxanne, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. First question.
Okay, question number 1. What does love mean for these writers?
So the shorter of the essays by Luce, Irrigate, or whatever, I got out of it that love was building a, like, what she considered a proper culture of sexuality, she kept calling it. So, like, finding a proper connection but divide between man and woman in their days. There was no other option of genders, I guess. But, like, finding a connection but finding a proper divide.
Yes.
So kinda, it was like, it's almost like what you offer. It's like what you unconditionally offer somebody. Like, she didn't care to get it back in return. It was just like what she was willing to offer, but also what she was gonna keep, like a wall she was gonna keep up.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does love mean for the second writer, everyone?
What?
What does love mean from the second writer?
The longer one.
Hey, what's the author of the longer one?
It's
Renata Solici.
yeah.
What?
Solical.
Oh, there you go.
Solesal. I don't know. One of the things that she talked about was that real love, like for real love to be present, the person doesn't need to be. And that's, I thought was really interesting because, I don't know. I feel like you kind of need the person there, but sometimes people build up fantasies in their head about love and about that person when they're gone, when they're not really in their lives. I know I did this when I was writing a guy on his mission, and I just like built up this expectation of who he was because he was gone, and I really felt like I was starting to love him. But then when he came back, I was like, wait, I really don't like you. And it's just interesting that that I developed those feelings, even though the real person wasn't even present.
So would you agree or disagree with her? Like, would you?
I would agree, but I don't agree. Okay, so she says for romantic love to emerge, one does not need the real person present. But I think that romantic love, yes, but I think like true love, true selfless love, rather than just a fantasy, I don't agree with that what she said. You know what I'm saying? Where'd Tupo go?
Oh, F.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that the second writer, I would like, or the second one with Renata or whatever it is, it's just like one of the things was that you talk about like when you're in love with someone, like obviously like loving someone is different than being in love with someone. But like you can be in love with someone without them.
Roxanne, explain the difference. I want to hear the difference.
Well, when you love someone, it's like like how much you care for someone and how much you want the best for them. But when you're like in love with someone, it's like on a broader spectrum, and that like it's almost the difference between like you love your mom and you love your friends and you love your cat, but you're in love with your husband or a person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then, but like, when they say that like one is like, when you're in love with someone and they're like not even there, it's like you said, Ellen, like it's just like the perception that you have of that person. So like, I like to use like the potential, like when you're in love with someone, you have to like think about it personally and realize like, am I in love with that person or am I in love with their potential?
Yeah.
Like tying that to the gospel when you think about your husband, you have to like, you can't think about their potential. You have to take the person as they are right now, because you don't know if they're going to reach that potential. But when you're caring for someone, when you're about to get into a relationship, you think about their potential. Or when you like love one of your friends, you're like, wow, like she's so great, like absolutely love her, like her potential is amazing. It's just something like that. If we wanted to like tie it into the gospel.
So Roxanne, how would you say Renata? Okay, so she like her main point is that like we can be in love with somebody without them being there. So how would you say she defines love? Like her definition of love is what?
Is the idea we have in our head of a person.
The fantasy.
Okay.
Can you guys see me?
Like until we put it into words, it's not love.
No.
Well, I'm trying to fix it, but it's not really working. Yeah, I agree with you, Roxanne.
I hate this topic.
Guys,
Why?
I seriously can't find any simple version of that.
Wait, what?
What you
Sorry.
said, Kenna?
I'm trying to look for a simplified version of that article just to understand it better. And I literally cannot find one. Article of the Renata one.
I did not understand anything you just said, Kenna.
Am I cutting out?
Find
Yeah.
a simplified version, but she can't.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm trying to like get it down into a concrete idea just to start off. So, Roxanne, you say that's how she defines love. How would you say the other one defines love? Like, just her dictionary definition is what? One that says that we should say "I love" to you instead of "I love you."
Yeah. Like we offer our love to someone without expectation.
So it's something we offer
And
to
we,
somebody unconditionally.
Yeah, without a thought of it being accepted or rejected or ignored or even noticed. It's just what we give to someone.
And that was who?
That was
The short one.
order of the two articles, but loose.
Loose. Bless you.
Thanks. I was kind of reading through the second one.
Can we go to the next question?
Oh, go ahead.
How does love affect the way you see another person?
Affect the way you see another person?
Yeah, I think we kind of explained that before. Just like, well, also it doesn't even matter if it's like a friend or if someone is a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Like, no matter what their particular situation is, the more time you spend with someone, the more you are infatuated with that person. Like I said, whether it's a dog, a cat, a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever it is. Like, it's like proven that the more time you spend with someone, the more you like that person or the more you think that person's beautiful or
I think
anything like that.
I think on the contrary though, the more you spend time with someone, the more you see their flaws.
Yeah, so
And love helps you to look past those flaws and just
Mhm.
see their the things that they're good at.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I think love makes you see.
Those.
I think love makes you see like more of the good and less of the bad. And I was even thinking earlier today, like, I am like 10 times more likely to laugh at something if it's coming from like somebody I really enjoy and like hanging out with and spending time with and love than somebody that I think is so irritating. Like, it could be the same exact thing, but like I'm not gonna laugh at the other one, like, because it's gonna impact like what you're willing to hear from them and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like with Ellen saying what she said, just like being, this sounds bad, but like being blind, like it's so true that like you're actually like blinded with love. Because
Yeah.
you don't see like the flaws that you might need to, or like what the best thing is to do. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just like I've never seen so many flaws in myself and in like another person until I got married though. But it's okay because like you look past those and you see each other's potential, just kind of like what Roxanne was saying. But anyway, I just have a different outlook on it, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being married.
Yeah. Tupo's married. Tupo, what do you think about, what was the last question that we asked?
How does love affect the way we see another person?
I'm lost. What was
You're
the
lost?
question? Yeah, because I keep disconnecting from you guys.
How does love affect the way you see another person, Tupo?
Like your husband.
Or your children?
I think I just get the last part Ellen had been sharing. This term. I think they have the same thing. I think I experienced love when I get married.
Do you think it made you more like forgiving of them and like
Not only,
past their flaws?
what is it?
Do you think it made you forgive like your husband more, like loving him?
Yeah. And also, one thing I want to add on is that, I want to differentiate the that you have for your husband is
Oh, I feel bad.
Me too.
different from the love that you have for
Reason
your
on it.
children.
Oh, man.
Ellen, why are you black?
I don't know. I tried to fix it a billion times.
Okay. Should we just go to the next question?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Okay, let me call Tupo back again.
Okay. The next question says, does this necessarily need to happen as far as these writers are concerned?
Does this?
Yeah, I think they were talking about the previous question of how does love affect the way we see another person? We're blind to their flaws. Does this necessarily need to happen? I don't think it necessarily needs to happen to be blinded by love or to not see certain flaws. but it also is just like human nature. I don't think we try to. I definitely don't try to not see someone's flaws if I'm thinking about marriage or anything with that person.
You think of what Ellen said though, and like, is it necessary? No, but like a certain part of it is in that like you're gonna be miserable if you are spending that much time with somebody. Like if you're gonna spend the rest of your life with somebody, you're gonna drive yourself nuts if you focus on their flaws. So like
Yeah.
in a way, like deciding to just see the good and like to try to see the best in them, I guess it's necessary. It's It's so hard to tie it back to these writers because they write nonsense and I don't even know what they're saying. But I think in a way, like Ellen said, it is necessary, like, to be able to live a happy life with somebody.
To see their flaws or to look past them?
Both.
Both. I think so
What is
too.
it?
To see them, realize them, and then look past. Next question.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the definitions of love that these writers use? If not, what would you use?
No.
They
So
write-
isn't the one with the long article?
What?
What'd you say, Kenna?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
the
what'd
one
you
with the long article basically like you don't actually love someone until you actually say the word love, and then you're like, oh yeah, I love them.
Yeah,
Was that-
so
Was that the short
the
one or
two-
the long one?
the long
long
one was
one.
the one that made 2 points that, like, you can be in love with someone even if they're not there. And also that, like, love, it only exists as you say it or think it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I disagree with both of them, actually.
That
Explain.
too.
I disagree with the
To
short one.
think about love unless you felt like
What?
what?
What did you say, Kenna?
Picking out a ton.
A little bit, but you'll
Oh, okay.
keep going.
I just said that I don't think like right in that fact because you have to like oh, I might be in love. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, a certain way, and that's love with someone.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
not just someone in love, and that's why they're.
I think Bernarda's wrong for that reason and because I don't know. I know that, like, it is possible to be in love with somebody and then be away and then get back or whatever, but I don't think it's valid to say that you're in love with somebody that you've never met or you're in love with something that you've never witnessed. You know, just like psychos that are like, I'm in love with Justin Bieber, and it's like you've literally never met him. Like, in that way, I think it's. But I also think that Luce is wrong because I think she just used love as a way to start out, and then just argued for feminism.
I think I almost agree kind of with Renata when she says, like, you can be in love with someone without them even being there. Like, tying it back to when you say, or when I say that, like, as great as love can be, like, in the future, like, to someone who's married, like, love is very blind and you don't see the flaws until it's, like, too far gone or something. And that, like, you aren't really in love with the person that you're sitting next to you're not in love with the person that you can see. You're in love with the potential of that person, and so therefore not them. It's like you're not in love with that person. You're in love with that person's potential, and that's like kind of scary.
Agreed.
I don't know.
So, like, a lot of us have said we disagree, so everybody name something that they would change in their definition to make it more accurate. Because it says, if you don't agree with their definitions of love, what definitions would you suggest? So everyone, what would you say love is? Then we'll be done.
This like sounds. Oh, go.
Oh no, you can go.
Sounds weird, but I like wrote this little thing the other day. I was looking for it while we were talking, and it's like definitely related, but I don't know if you would consider it a definition. But like I just said, like love's not enough. Like love is considered to be measurable, and like it's always like a question, like how much do you love me or how much do you love that person? But it's not something that you measure. Like you love someone or you're in love with someone, and like when you say like the amount, it's like kind of ridiculous because you either love them or you don't. And like in that way of expression is like what's different. But like even then, like love's never going to be enough. Like you need when you're in love with someone or you need someone that you're in love with, like they have to love you, and they have to be spiritually, and they have to be intelligent, hardworking, like all of these characteristics. You can't just love that person. Like my mom used to tell me when I was a little kid, like it's just as easy to fall in love with the jester as it is to fall in love with Prince Charming. And so like you can have like two separate people and they could both could love you so much, and you could love them both so much, but love isn't going to be enough for one of them if they aren't spiritually strong or they're not hardworking or have those characteristics that you would want in a spouse. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kenna, what about you?
If we're going off just like changing their definitions to kind of fit what we think, I think for the very last line where it says the other is that love has a lot to do with language. So love happens as we say or think the word I love you or whatever. I would change that by just saying like love is a gradual feeling and you don't actually realize you're in love until you say you're in love. But that doesn't mean you're not in love until you say you're in love. That's just like once you kind of say it in your head and then you're just like, whoa, like I totally am.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't think just saying it makes you be in love. I think it's a gradual thing, and then once you're finally willing to say it, that's when you're kind of open up and you actually do fall like more in love.
Hey.
Lex, you can have your bed. We're almost done with like
Ellen, are you there?
Huh?
Ellen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You go, girl.
Like my turn?
yeah.
What was the question again?
If you disagree with their definitions of love, how would you change them?
Well, I think with just the one by the lady. Okay, Salisul. I don't even know how to say her name. I think it's weird that she only thinks that you can really be in love with those two things, you know, with being apart from someone and building up a fantasy. And then also by just saying it, I think it's just such a, you don't need to say it to feel it. Love is not a word, it's a feeling. And so I think that that's just a strange way to kind of look at love. So I don't necessarily agree with her, and I don't know about the first one. So that's my answer for you guys.
So I think that that's awesome. I think that part of, correct me if I'm wrong if anyone knows, but I think that part of it says love happens as we say it, and then in parentheses I have, or if we think it. Like, love, it isn't love until we put words to it. So would you guys agree or disagree with that part? Like, do you think that you need to put it into words in your mind in order for it to exist?
No, love, and then you put words to it, and then you let yourself believe that you love it. I don't think people aren't in love until they say I love you. Like, people can be in love with someone for a long time before they're willing to say I love you.
Can I add on something about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tupac, you go. What would you say love is?
I just want to say something about Ken saying you have to be with someone too long before you say I love you. But with our people, it's just like nothing. They can say I love you the first time you met them. Looking at Lucy, that lady, she defined love as marriage, I think.
Which one was that?
Lucy or Lucy.
Okay.
Say something about love is marriage. So I think what she view is that love is that when you marry someone or when you are in couple. But I totally disagree with that. When you with your boyfriend and then you start in loving him, I think you can love someone without marrying. But my own definition about marriage, sorry, love is that I think love is something that comes from the heart. You can feel it, and then you can you can love someone by just looking at the beauty and stuff. But I think you should have it from the heart, and then you can say it out. Not like some people, like when you just met them at the first time. I'm talking about the opposite sex. And then you start saying, oh, I love you. By just looking at them. But we need to get to know that person and get to know their characters and stuff before you start making love. With that long ride, I totally hate that. What she believes is opposite with what we have been believing in the church. I read through that she had been sharing about something that it's okay that you can marry and then you can have affairs with someone else. I think it's totally opposite with our standard, with what we believe in the church. Yeah, and one word that it's stand out is that being faithful. So when you get married, you need to be faithful to your husband. But that's true love. That's love.
Awesome. Thanks, Tupac.
I had hard time trying to read and try to understand this.
Oh,
but I
Tupac,
think
we all did. It was terrible. Awesome. Well, I'll try to whip this out.
Okay.
Thanks, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
Sorry.
Bye, guys.
I'd rather do it now than next week. Next week's gonna suck worse.
I'll do it next week.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Okay, bye guys. I'll send you the link.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.